And welcome back to another Wizardry 8 Expert Ironman episode. This time I think I'm going to Lord Buffett. I wanted to go last time, but we got interrupted by those androids. Also, I think there are some smelling salts here. No, sneeze powder. Also, before I do that, I should heal all my guys. Also, this is a healing fountain, but I'm not using it. This is Lord Buffett.
It's been quite some time since anyone visited the temple. I suppose I should have expected you sooner or later, though. News of your arrival has traveled fast. Vitalia Domina, it is you I'm the most surprised to see. It has been a very long time.
Oh, it's good to see you, Lord Buffett. You have no idea how happy I am to be home at last.
I am certain you are, girl. You risked your life going with him, you know. Leaving the safe confines of Dominus, traveling through space with a madman. And your eye. What happened to your eye?
He took it. I don't know why. I tried to fight, but I mean, I'm no match for him. Look, I was young and foolish. I only thought I was adventurous.
He's here. Here on Dominus, you know.
Believe me, I know. His henchmen nabbed me before I even made it past the city walls. They locked me up. If it hadn't been for these guys, who knows what he might have done with me? I wish I knew what he wanted with me in the first place. I figured once I got home, I was free of him.
None of us are, Vitalia. He has built a tower here, and claims it contains enough explosives to destroy all of Arnika. I suggest you be careful. It seems he needs you for some reason.
Trust me, he'll never take me for granted, or for anything else, again.
And you fellows? You have the thanks of all Arnika for bringing her safely here. And you too should stay clear of the Savant.
And we earned some experience points. Now let's just start interrogating him about people, places, items and everything else. Tell us about yourself, Buffett.
I keep this temple here in Arnika. If there is anything you need, I will be here. She is rough, but kind.
What can you else tell us about Domina?
Vitalia, yes. We are all fond of the girl.
I believe all monks are fond of her.
Yes, Miles. A wayward soul. Well, if there's no...
He knows nothing about the messenger of the gods. I assume he knows nothing about birds.
The Hegardi, what is left of us. We are divided in two, my race. Some of us stayed in Arnika to fight the troopers that came from the Dark Tower, to protect what is ours. Others, like Anselm, have gone to claim what was ours, the Destiny Dominus. It is not the best of times.
Okay, who is this Anselm guy?
Anselm is my leader, well apart from Funzang, of course. I pray for him now as he searches for the Destiny Dominus. Without it, the Ascension itself is lost. I only hope he finds it before the Dark Savant.
Well, Helly said he knows something about Martin. Let's ask him about it. And Destiny Dominus, of course.
Martin. Yes, he stole the Destiny Dominus. If you wish to inquire of him, perhaps you should ask someone at the HLL.
What do you know about the newcomers?
Yes, I have seen them, but I am not one to judge.
Not one to judge, so that means that they are ugly.
I do not know enough of them to judge them.
Who are you to pass judgment on random people?
You would do better to ask them yourself. They have taken residence in Arnika. I must say that they do not seem much inclined to talk, however. I have heard they are awaiting a representative from the Umpani or the Trang.
I believe that's a hint that we should ally with either Umpani or Trang. What can you tell us about Dark Savant?
I know too much about him, and too little all the same. I have never met him, but I have heard and seen more than enough. He comes to Dominus to claim our ascension as his own, to rise to the cosmic circle, and he has threatened to kill anyone who gets in his way. He built that monstrous tower in a single night, destroying a part of my city in the process. His troopers have claimed dozens of lives, and still, we are powerless over him. I cannot help but believe the Lords have somehow planned it to go this way. That perhaps it will work out in the end. But my faith is being tried.
What can you tell us about Trini?
I have more important matters to consider.
So you consider Trini unimportant. What can you tell us about some places?
It is just outside of town. Before the Savant arrived, it was a most peaceful place to be. Now, well, it's abandoned. And Zelm has taken all the brothers with him in search of the Destiny Dominus.
I didn't see that many monks here. That means that Anselm has taken quite a lot of brothers with him. What can you tell us about Trinton?
South of here. I have not been in a very long time.
Tell us about your beautiful city.
It is not wise to stay here in Arnika long. My city is a shadow of its former self. You've seen the Dark Tower, the military in the streets. This is not what we once were. Most all my brothers have left, but me, I will stay. I can only wonder what it is like. It is the most holy place on all of Dominus. From there, one can rise, ascend to the cosmic circle. Legend has it that in order to ascend, one needs to become like a cosmic lord himself, learning all that they knew. We believed the Destiny Dominus would show us the way, but it was stolen from the monastery many years before.
Strange.
Creatures, certainly not from Dominus, live there. They call themselves the Trang.
And Mount Gygus.
I have heard that a group called the Umpani lives there.
Items, only Destiny Dominus. What can you tell us about it?
The gift of the Father to those here on Dominus. It was said to contain all knowledge. Now only the Father knows where it is. All because of Martin. Without the Destiny Dominus, there will be no ascension. I can only hope we find it before the Dark Savant.
Do you know any rumors?
I don't listen to such things.
Well, I guess you're fine, so that's all. Maybe you will come with us.
No, I have chosen to stay here. The people of Arnika need me.
That's
I
all.
hope to see you again.
Now,
I was really looking forward to seeing him. I'll tell you something. You ever get hurt? Come back here and see him. Goodbye!
now there's a little secret here. If we leave White Domino right now,
All right. I guess we can meet up at Helly's later.
and speak with him,
I'm glad you returned alone. There's something you should know about Vitalia. I am grateful that you've protected her as you have. For many years, we did the same. When Vitalia was still quite young, the rest of her family died in a freak accident. It is perhaps no coincidence that the Dark Savant was spotted here shortly thereafter. We took her in and raised her as our own. But she became increasingly rebellious, as all children do. In her 18th year, we lost her. She left Dominus with the Dark Savant. Perhaps he charmed her. We will never know. Her family have always been known as Guardians of the Key. The meaning of this was forgotten long ago. But perhaps the Dark Savant knows something we don't. So please, continue to watch over her. I worry he will claim her still. Perhaps this will help.
And he gave us some gold.
I hope.
Quite useful, don't you think?
See you around! It's great! Let's go. I always look forward to being with
Now,
you guys.
the annoying part is we have to re-equip her. But that's a small pain I am willing to take. Now, before we leave,
Should you need
I need to buy some items from him. Alright, and our potion mixing now begins. Now, why am I potion mixing? It's because we can earn a lot of money this way, and we are going to need it, at least early on. Okay. Where are the moderate heals? Okay, we can identify those. This is good.
Splendid!
And now, since Haley gives us the best prices, we are going to go to her and sell those potions. And repeat, and repeat, and repeat. I know it's quite boring, but what are you going to do if you need money?
Smile. Haley, it's good to see. How can I help?
Well, she doesn't give us the best prices yet because we have quite low communication skill. But I'm not worried about that.
wisdom go with you?
Each heavy heal potion gives us 600 gold. Around 600 gold.
It's good.
And they should be quite cheap to assemble.
I hope.
Goodbye.
Splendid!
Actually, let's give all light heals. That's moderate heal. Let's pick our potions back. So it's easier to count.
Splendid!
You can also increase your artifact skill quite quickly this way.
Splendid!
And now we go to sell them to Haley. Also, Haley sells them light heals and moderate heals herself. And this is the best way to make money early game. You could of course try to kill
Haley, it's good to
some mobs for money, but I don't recommend it. It raises your level and you will not have the best equipment. Also, the money and items you get don't give that much money as making potions. Making potions is the best way to make money in this game. So I have 5 more light heals. And you have 10 more moderate heals. I like to keep my rounders. I like to keep my numbers round. And 5 more light heals.
I'll see you.
Later on we will make from those heavy heals with some heavy stamina potions, restoration potions, which also give quite a lot of money.
Splendid.
In the end game it's quite impossible to not be swimming in money.
Splendid.
Now, I have made some potions, but I am not willing to sell them all. I need some potions for healing. What is that? We don't know. This one I will give you. Actually, no, we will give it to her. So I need 4 more heavy heals.
Smile. Helly. It's good to. How can I help?
Now I regret selling that many, but what you can do.
I'll see you.
Farewell.
Thank you so very much.
If we need to, we can always sell them again. Now, there is such a thing as load on your characters, and all this will make it heavier for them. And as you reach certain thresholds of load, you start losing stats for your characters because they are being so heavy laden. So it's in your interests to not keep too much stuff on your characters. Now, stuff I want to keep, but don't want to use right now, I usually keep in this chest. So let's do that. Now this katana needs to be identified. Maybe it's a good katana, I really doubt it. That's a tarnished sword. Now I need these light crossbows to make double shot and triple shot crossbows. They are the best ranged weapon in the game. And I will use them late game, I will not use them early on. Early on I plan to use modern weapons. Now these I will sell. Can I identify bagpipes? Yes, very nice. I like to collect instruments for sentimental value. I don't think I am going to pick any bard character in this game. But if you want, you can sell them. They sell for quite a good money, and you can sell them to Haley, so you are going to get one of the best prices available early on. All the stuff I'm putting in right now, it's components for crafting, engineering gadgets. I am willing to craft them and then just give it to someone. Cure poison 2. Give to Y. Give to Lord. And let's give 1 to you. 2 to you. At level 25 alchemy I can craft boom bombs and stink bombs. Book of traps, okay, and book of blessings. So this character can learn traps.
Great.
Yes, nice. And my Valkyrie can learn blessing.
Excellent.
Quite useful. Scroll of haste, useful but not completely useful for us. Oh, I think I forgot to do something with Braffit. There are those letters that we picked up at the monastery, and we wanted to give them to Braffit because he has some plot stuff to say to us. A tattered note.
Keep these items safe with you. They were specially forged by Searden to destroy the Rapax.
And what he's talking about is the Cyrdan weapons. He's telling us to keep us safe with us. Also, there's this fellowship pass.
Anzel must have sent you. You're here for the wheel key, no doubt. You'll find it hidden safely in our temple crypt. So, Anselm feels the time has come to open Cyrdan's tomb and use his weapons. Then these are dark days indeed. I hope.
No. Yes, use wheel key. We will. If I give this letter to Anselm, he never says anything, so I always give it to Braffet. Also, the tomb is here in the temple, a little bit lower. Also, there's a lot of stuff in the temple, this is quite useful. And I think I just ran past it, yeah. This statue regains some spell points for you. But of course it runs out of them eventually.
Locked. What is it?
Now let's hope this doesn't take eternity to open. If not, I will return here later. Oh, and we got an increase. Finally, we got an increase in locks and traps. I think I can open this with 26. If I can open 2 locks with 8, then I can open 3 with 26. It should be possible. Nice.
Ah, there's something over there.
Now there are 2 necklaces of endurance here, which are quite useful for our female characters because they regenerate stamina. For example, you can see us running around here, and characters are losing stamina, but our monk is losing no stamina. It has a lesser effect in combat, but still quite useful. 2 cure poisons. I think I will give them to monk. What is that? Moderate heals, unidentified yellow potions. Maybe cure lesser condition.
An item. Spotted an item.
And I think I will give this one to my ninja, because she also uses quite a lot of stamina. The drawback of monks is that they use quite a lot of stamina with that unarmed combat and they run very quickly out of it. So now, Boris has 2 rings of protection, he is quite well protected. Can he identify his armor? No. Also, I think we can take the wheel key. And this is where you can find it. We can already hear that there's something in there. It's full of ghosts. I think I'm going to use wife to bless.
I'm on it.
For now at least. The rebel spirit is quite trouble, so what I plan to do is sit here and wait for the spirits to come to us. Because the rebel spirit can cast spells, and if by any chance you see enemies casting spells on me, you will see how bad that actually is.
Yes.
Oh, since I picked Y back, she was in front row.
I'm on it.
Where are you going, dude?
Hey, something got...
Usually they can only come single file, so I got quite unlucky here. They don't hit too hard, but they can put us to sleep.
Yes, it
I
shall
really
be
don't
so.
want that to happen.
Taken care of.
Crab apples.
Now we are going to get surrounded, that's not very nice. I really don't know why that ghost just randomly ran around. But since he doesn't hit too hard, I will just ignore him for now.
I've never seen so many of these things.
I doubt you have ever seen a ghost in your life.
Take this! Take this!
He actually missed my ranger. My ranger is not that well protected. I think I'm actually going to use a very cheap trick. If you put your party like this, you can actually target your backline.
Damn it!
I really don't want him to keep hitting me in behind.
Yes.
All right.
With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Taken
I'm
care
on
of.
it.
Somebody's missing. Green.
It shall be so.
I guess we will kill him quickly. Would be nice if we killed him in this round. Nice. But now our other characters are going to get hit from behind. And as you can see, it does 2 times damage. And before we get next round, behind.
These things come from.
And now Lord is back on Blessed duty.
Damn it!
I really wish those were throwing daggers. Throwing weapons are super rare in this game. And we have to focus the rebel spirit right away. And we got quite lucky, we just killed that one. I really want to explore Arnika fully today. Also, curious thing is that if you get in many spellcasters' faces, they'll actually use their melee attack instead of their magic. Not always, but sometimes. Like if this rebel spirit used his sleeping spell, we would, well, not be in terrible situation, but we would be still in a very bad situation because it would put most of our characters to sleep.
I'm really torn up
Also, why is getting torn up there, guys?
I'm on it.
And I don't think I went to Rebless. I'm just going to straight up hit. I think we can kill one per round without blessing. Well, at least it would be nice if we could do that. Come on, 2 hit points. 2 hit points. And he just dealt 1. It's like rubbing salt in the wound. I usually like to read the skill ups, but for the sake of time, I'm just not doing it. It's just one of those little satisfying things about this game is to see how your characters grow by training and fighting and doing these epic fights. Like you saw, why almost fell unconscious, she was fighting so hard. Also, Fury is quite low on arrows. And I don't think my samurai is going to use arrows very soon, at least very soon, because I'm going to give him a very kick-ass sword. That is cursed. And the thing with cursed items in this game is that you cannot remove them. You are always stuck with these items in your hand, unless you cast remove curse spell. Now, our rogue friend said that there's no one living in Arnika, and he's quite right, but he also said that there are a lot of stuff in people's homes, and he's quite wrong about that, because there are no stuff in people's homes. There are like only 2 homes there's any stuff. Also, there was written closed by the order of Higardi Lunar Legion. I just simply wanted to quickly open it.
Locked.
What is it?
Let's hope this doesn't take a small eternity to open, because these locks are quite long, so the animation plays longer. Maybe it also makes the lock harder to open, but I don't think so. I really think that what makes lock harder to open is a longer animation. If you try hard enough, you can probably open even 8-pick lock with something like 50% skill. If you are willing to sit down for an hour and just play this kind of a minigame. Come on. Nice. Now, usually there are androids here. Yes.
Let battle begin.
I'm on it.
Oh, they're all gunners. That's unusual. And I forgot to click Y in the middle.
I'm on it.
Yes, cannot be taken care of.
I'm on it.
Ranger and Samurai.
Shall be so.
Now, the good thing is, they at least don't attack twice as many enemies do right now. The bad thing is they almost always hit. And they have a little bit more hit points than those Summon Guards. Now we're just waiting for them to die, because I doubt they can actually possess any threat to kill any one of my guys, but I have to kill them yet. And it's just going to take a lot of time. That's one of the drawbacks of turn-based games. Well, you can think about what you are going to do in them. They take quite a lot of time to play out.
It shall be so.
Gotcha.
With pleasure.
Taken care of.
I'm on it.
But the good thing about also turn-based games, I almost wanted to say strategy because so many turn-based games are strategy games, is that turn-based games can usually make themselves more complicated, because if they would have these very complicated things in a real-time strategy game, people would just not be able to pull them off at the same time, like a computer would be able to. And it would make them super hard.
Taken care of.
For example, another strategy game called Jagged Alliance. And Jagged Alliance 2. Mostly Jagged Alliance 2. There are these... It's about the mercenaries, and as you can quite imagine, it's quite complicated. Because it's basically a turn-based strategy game with RPG elements, and for that time it was quite a revolutionary concept. I would say that these games are not even that popular nowadays.
I'll look around for stuff they dropped. I think
Oh, I leveled up.
yes.
Now, I don't think there will be any more enemies here. There's absolutely nothing to find here. Except there's an item that lets you read black boxes. But since we don't have any black boxes to read, we'll just avoid it. Also, I'm going around here, because that ship you saw there, it's actually a living, talking mook ship. But it has absolutely nothing to say, except that Dark Savant is obviously a dangerous person. So we are just not going to dock with it. I basically said everything that ship has to say. It also says, the mook here are on peaceful exploration.
My inner balance has returned.
Spotted an item.
Now we found some sticks. Sticks are very useful items. For example, if you have a cursed character and they cannot use any ranged attack, you can use sticks.
Spotted an item.
Also, there are some steel gauntlets here, but which is the real prize I came for here. That's what I wanted, those steel gauntlets. Because they're quite expensive to buy, but you can get them cheap here. Well, I know we have quite a lot of people to talk to, but it's being offset by that in next chapters we're going to fight a lot. And I'm fully healed. My most favorite fountain in the entire game is this fountain. I sometimes even spend late game some time to just heal there. All these houses here, they're completely empty. I sometimes wish I could enter this house because condemned by order of the Lunar Legion. No entry. And it's quite obviously Martin's house.
Spotted an item.
Some more sticks for Boris. Also, I'm unequipping the bow because I'm not going to need it. This is the harbor, and we can already see that one of the ships, actually one of the only ships, is being grounded. Also, we found some raiders. This should be quite easy. And again I forgot to put my Valkyrie in the middle. Guys, after this fight I have to remember to put my Valkyrie in the middle. I have to remember to put her in the middle. Also should be a very straightforward fight. I'm not even blessing because it's just going to be a waste of my spell points. Also, as one guy in comments said, they may be throwing Death Stars, but they are not real Death Stars. It's just one of the weapons that they are given, but they are not a weapon you can get yourself later in the game. Like, it would be quite overpowered if they could actually throw Death Stars, because, as I said, they have kill chance and they can poison. Sometimes I believe they could also paralyze. No, I don't think they could paralyze. Yeah, they couldn't paralyze, but they could poison and kill. And it's very nasty when you get hit by something like that. There's also an enemy called Dead Sting Apus in the game. You get them around mid-game. And if you don't have a spell called Missile Shield, you'll experience quite a lot of party deaths from those enemies. They have something like 10 to 15% chance to kill on ranged attack. Very nasty.
Spotted an item.
Another gadgeteer item.
Spotted an item.
Some more flash powder. We are going to save all those flash and sneeze powders for later to craft pandemonium powder, which costs quite a lot. We are going to basically craft it for money. We are not going to use it. Also, it's still a useful item, but we are just not going to use it. And there's also a shop here called the Marina.
Critters coming for us!
What critters coming for us? Some androids. I guess I should wait for them here. Let's put her in the middle. I almost forgot again. This always hits me out of balance, that I have to somebody leave and then rejoin, and they always are put in the front row.
It shall be so.
All right. Taken care of.
Also, maybe Lord can cast Bless too. Let's not risk it. Also, these dudes cannot be put to sleep. Some acid splashes. My row cannot use anything. Let's just go. Like I believe in second or first episode I said that one of the things that you cannot get in this game is complacent, because it gets your party killed. And now I'm already getting complacent because I am so strong in the early game. As you can quite see, I am dealing with all of these with ease now, unlike Hingardi Highwaymen and Hingardi Brigands that are on the death road. So how much until I level up? We are halfway there. I think I'm going to continue. Continuous here. And if you see this orange sign, that means that you can change your actions mid-fight. I think it's quite a bug, because if you first click continuous, you cannot change actions. But if you do a little cheat like I did here, you can, for example, retarget someone mid-fight. You'll see why hitting this character now. Oh, we couldn't test it. At least I couldn't show it to you, because we killed him so fast. Also, I should like to go phased now. I like to start combat phased, but as the game goes on, I like to go continuous to just speed up the fights. Especially if I know I can win. And I have... While it may not seem very strong right now, I have picked quite a strong party, I think. Because I have literally everything I can wish for in the party. Now this is the owner of Marina, and the ship that you saw drowned there. Grounded there. Why did I say drowned? Ships don't drown. They get grounded.
Ah, a trap. Leave it to me.
Very well.
Poison darts. And since we found it in the first time, I think it's quite easy poison darts.
This is wonderful.
You might have noticed we are getting these keycards. They'll come and play later. Now, usually she doesn't say anything much, but we will speak with her anyway.
Well, look at you. I wondered when I'd get a chance to see you with my own eyes. Aliens and all. Old Tremaine told me you was in town. Oh, he don't miss nothing. Between me and him, we're probably the only two left with any wits about us. Everyone else has gone crazy since the towers showed up. Oh, but you didn't come here for my opinions, now did you? Obviously, you've come to do a little shopping.
So, tell us about yourself first.
I'm Anna. Ran the marina before the troopers upended my ship.
Yep, her ship.
My boat don't look like it's sailing anywhere but the bottom, fellas. Brotherhood of the Ascension. He's the local leader, I guess you might say.
What you can tell us about Helly?
Kelly runs her own bar. Nice woman.
And why Domina?
Know her, do you? You know she was with that savant for a good 5 years? I don't trust her.
Typical superstitious old people trope. But I like it.
Miles? Ah, well, what's to say about Miles that ain't already been said? Yeah, we're the chosen ones, if you listen to the zealots in the temple. I guess that's why we got chosen for them trooper things and that abomination across town. I don't know a whole lot about him, to tell you the truth. Tremaine does, though.
What do you know about the true aliens?
Look like they should be bait, you ask me. Oh, you mean them things with the horn sticking out where a nose should be? I can't make no sense of them. You might ask Helly. She gets around.
Not that
Not
way.
that way. You know what I mean.
You know what I mean, exactly. Mook?
What's it worth to you?
Oh, why are you asking money for this?
Okay, here's what I've heard. You know our old town hall? Well, rumor has it that they have some kind of special thing that's just like the Destiny Dominus. Ooh, but they're not letting anyone in to look at it. Me? I figure they're waiting to hear from the Trang or Umpanny first. Just a hunch.
But why are they waiting to hear from Trang or Umbani first?
What's it worth to you?
Oh, okay, let's pay
Between
her.
you and me, since the savant showed up, everyone's lost their minds. The HLL are making fools of themselves. They act like they're ready to take on the savant army of troopers, but they can't even stop a few robbers. And the Brotherhood, they ain't much better. They're convinced that everything's going according to some divine plan. Divine my butt. They just refuse to see the truth that's right in front of their faces. Truth is, there ain't no divine plan, and no one has any idea how to get rid of the savant. The way I see it, there's only one way out. Forget trying to kill him, and outsmart him instead. He wants the cosmic circle? Get there first.
Will do, lady, will do. What can you tell us about Trini?
Mindless little squirts.
Oh, she doesn't like Trini. What can you tell us about your friend Tremaine?
Good guy. Personal friend of mine.
And what can you tell me about the spiritual leader? I have never asked her about Handsome.
Enough of this small talk.
Ha! She knows nothing. I sometimes believe I have heard so much and everything the people can say that I forgot to ask them questions and miss some minor trivia about the world and the game. Let's ask her about places.
My hearing's
She knows nothing.
I've never.
She doesn't know.
Sad, isn't it? But I can't spend all my day lamenting what's happened. Sure don't look the same with that big tower here, though.
We have not even seen the tower, it's not that big.
You'd be better off asking Brafford about that one. You'd be better off... Never been. But say, you should talk to old Tremaine about that.
And Manga, I guess?
I've never been.
Yeah, you are a ship captain and never been there.
That old thing was lying around the monastery for a good 100, 200 years until Martin decided it had been on exhibit long enough. You ask about it at the temple. I'm sure they got tons of information on it.
Know any rumors?
I listen to as many as I can.
But don't tell us any. Alright, let's trade with her some. She is one of the few traders in the game that actually sells throwing weapons, so we are just going to buy them all. We also need to buy some arrows. Not so much bullet stones. You can also buy some spell books from her, and that's why I also sometimes skip speaking spells, because you can buy these spells from sellers, spellbook sellers. And that's pretty much all I want from her.
All right.
See ya, friend.
I saw something moving over there.
Oh, come
Get
on.
them, guys.
Taken care of.
I don't want to fight you. I just want to be around my business. Doing my stuff for community. Stealing everything I can that's not tied down. And earning some more money. Now we are getting surrounded again and I don't like this, so I'm just going to stand in this doorway. They still hit quite hard, even if they are not the level 8 variant. And I think I should bless.
Yes.
Well, that's quite bad actually. We didn't hit any of our attacks on that guard. At least we have Guardian Lunar Legion helping us. They'll make short work of these Savant guards.
Bloody hell.
Take this. The enemy is like milking a cow. It's all in the rhythm.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to die quick. I would be happy and I should be happy if I actually killed 2 of these guards per turn. But it isn't happening because we are missing. And we were doing so fine too. Now, gentlemen, thank you for your help, but I would truly appreciate it if you would leave this place. You have some patrols to do, don't you? Don't you, guys? And it auto-saved. Let's try something. Okay. Okay. What is happening? Maybe now they will leave. God bless. They left. Now there are some things that we still have to do in this town. It's not that big, but there's quite a lot of things to do. And here's a door we can just lockpick.
What is it?
Sometimes the game lags for me and I don't know why. This is one of those times. You scan the bookshelf but see nothing of interest. This is a book of religious history. While most scholars see the Ascension as a time of glorious enlightenment, others say it will be preceded by a time of conflict and turmoil. This appears to be a book on wilderness survival. You can seek emergency shelter in one of the hundreds of caves found on Dominus. I guess that's a hint that we can actually rest in caves in safety. Well, at least a certain cave, I think.
Locked.
And another skill increase, that's always nice. And if you are a gadgeteer, this is one of the necessary ingredients to make Jack in the Box. It gives you a free terror spell. It's a book called 20,000 Years of Galactic History. You spot a passage about the Dark Savant. For centuries, the Savant has expanded his empire through force and threats. So he has a galactic empire. There's nothing here but bound volumes of the Dominus Enquirer. I guess that's some kind of journal. What is this book? Oh, it's nothing. There's some Savant guards or Savant drones. Savant guards. The game is lagging for me in this place and I don't know why. Let's wait for them and destroy them like they should be.
Fight! Let the fun begin!
It shall be so. Yes.
Maybe I can cast Bless too? Nah.
Yes.
And also, it always lags for me in this place for no apparent reason.
It shall be so.
Maybe there are too many particle effects, but I have actually quite a good computer. It should be able to handle this game. I think it's a game issue.
Yes.
Like you see, if we watch there, it is without lag, and as we watch here, it all of a sudden starts lagging. I don't know why this happens.
Yes.
I'm on it.
Well, I think we have almost killed him from range. That's something quite unexpected. Because our only true ranged attacker is ranged. I believe
I had a feel.
that this is the end of our episode. It's over 1 hour now. I'll level up and we shall continue next time. What should I pick? Stamina. What else? Thank you for watching and see you later.